Want to keep up with the latest LEGO Maker 96.1 videos? Make sure to subscribe and ring that bell. Hello everyone, LEGO Maker 96.1 here with another video. And as you may know, today is May 12th of 2025. It was on this day that our favorite series Thomas was debuted. Now, the Railway series came out in 1945, just as World War II was drawing to a close. Now, this particular book in particular, it covers three engines: Gordon, Edward, and Henry, who live on a fictional island called Sodor, right off the coast of England. Now, as you may know me, I love Thomas. As a kid growing up, I've always watched this show. And to me, Thomas is a part of my childhood. And ever since I was a little kid, I've always watched Thomas movies on the VHS and DVDs. I've read every Thomas book, and even played a few trains growing up as a kid. Now, I know you're going to be thinking, now I know all of you are thinking, oh, it is a kid show, but true. It's also for adults too, because it has a certain touch of nostalgia. In fact, if it wasn't due to this show, we don't know what certain trains are, or their connection to their real-life counterparts. Like, what's the Flying Scotsman? What's the Mallard? Or what's a Diesel? But all that aside, this series has been going strong for 80 years now. And to me, Thomas has always been a part of my childhood. I mean, I've read the Railway series growing up as a kid. I've seen the model series and the CGI growing up as a kid. And I'm really not much of a fan of the All Engines Go part. I just don't watch it. But I've always watched the model series and the CGI stuff. Just to go about from there. Now, it was on this day, as I said at the beginning, the Railway series was introduced with its first book of the three railway engines. In this particular book in particular, it goes over three engines: Edward, Gordon, and Henry. And these stories, they have to do with Edward's day out, Edward and Gordon, a sad day for Henry, and Edward, Gordon, and Henry. Now, these particular stories in particular, it all has to do around these certain characters. Now, you're probably wondering, where was Thomas during that time? Now, mind you, Thomas didn't come out until 1946, which was his next book. Now, for the entire franchise, I'm going to include him because, well, he's number one. What can we say? Now, for Edward's Day Out, Edward, who is this tender engine, and he spends all his time in the shed because he rarely goes out. So his driver and fireman then takes him out, and he does express runs, which he loves now. Now, in the next episode, or should I say story, Edward and Gordon gets stuck on this hill called Gordon's Hill, and Edward has to come and give him a push. Thus, he is now a banker. Now, mind you, a banker is an engine that helps one engine that's dealing with a heavy load go up the hill. The next has to do with Henry. Now, Henry is stuck in a tunnel, or should I say he stays in the tunnel because he doesn't want to go out because the rain would spoil his green paint and red stripes. So Sir Topham Hatt in particular, that's the railway controller, he rips out the rails and builds a brick wall to trap Henry in to teach him a lesson. Word of advice: do exactly what someone tells you to do. Whether it's your boss or a railway controller or a police officer, when someone gives you a lawful order, you obey it. Now, the final story, Edward, Gordon, and Henry, Gordon's safety valve bursts, and Edward comes in to help out, but he couldn't do it because the express was too long and too heavy. So Henry gets pulled out of the tunnel that he was in, and he pulls the express, and he gets back into service once more. And that's how the story ends. In this particular stories in particular, they were adapted in Britt Allcroft series, may she rest in peace, Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, which the first narrator, Ringo Starr, narrating the story, and when it was adapted in the United States, George Carlin took over. Which is part of Shiny Time Station. Forgot to mention that.
Right.
Now, like I said earlier, Thomas has always been a part of my childhood. And I've always watched Thomas growing up, and I'll continue to watch Thomas, and I will continue to love Thomas until the very day I die.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I've been out to Strasburg Railroad, which they did a Day Out with Thomas event as a kid. And in particular, I've got my picture taken with Thomas. I've been to a Thomas-themed store at Strasburg Railroad. And in case you're wondering, yes, it was the site of a filming location for Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Yeah, that's actually true. You were actually walking on the film set to which they filmed parts of Shiny Time Station, which was part of Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Yeah, little movie trivia for you. So, here's to you, Thomas. May you and your franchise continue to grow and prosper for many years to come. Gendan. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. And that concludes today's video. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like this, including the many other videos that I've done on my channel, please feel free to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell notifications so that way you can be notified when I upload the next video. And as always, this is LEGO Mega 96 1, signing off.